Okay, then let's start the next point. So in yesterday we have started the second unit, that is on physiology. So in this unit physiology, first point is the water relation. So in yesterday's lecture I have starting the water plant relationship and water potential. So what is mean by water potential? So water potential is nothing but the free energy which are present in the water, which is called as water potential. And the water potential, it is always the zero, or water potential of the pure water is always zero. So here when this water potential is lowered by the solute or by the additions of this equilibrium, they are almost is negative. So this water potential, the unit of water potential is the bars, and 1 bar is equal to 10 raised to 5 dynes per square meter. So according to the water potential, the plant cells will be, the movement of the plant cells will be takes place. That means the higher water potential to the lower water potential. So with this background, we have discussed next point, that is the significance of water potential. So what is the first significance of the water potential? That it creates the turgor pressure. That means when the this water potential of the cells, they can maintain in the turgors, or it creates the turgors potential or pressure. That means due to this pressure, they can maintain the shapes and size of the cells. Then second significance is of this water potential is the mechanical support. So as you know, in any plant, for it requires the mechanical support. So due to this turbo pressure, they can create the water potential, and they can helping to maintain the mechanical supports. Then third significance is the solution. That means it is the best solvent. It is they can form the best solutions for different types of organic and inorganic solutes which are present in the cells. Then these water potential are also helps in case of the transportations of some minerals, organic and inorganic salts. Then in case of the seed germination, जब भी seed germination होता है, that means what's happening, जो सीड्स है वो सीड्स क्या होते हैं, स्वेल्स हो जाते हैं. जो भी वाटर है वाटर एब्सॉर्ब करते हैं, एब्सॉर्ब करने के बाद वो स्वेल्स हो जाते हैं. So this swelling process is called as the imbibition. So this imbibition process, which is also forms due to this water potential. Water potential की वजह से वहाँ जब भी हम सीड्स जर्मिनेशन के लिए डालते हैं तो वहाँ पे इम्बाइबेशन प्रोसेस होता है. Then the next significance is uh, this water potential creates the osmotic potential. So due to this osmotic potential, what's happened, जो भी रूट्स रहते हैं, रूट्स क्या करते हैं, जो भी मिनरल्स है, वाटर है, एब्सॉर्ब करते हैं. तो यहाँ पे ड्यू टू दिस वाटर पोटेंशियल, ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर वहाँ पे क्रिएट हो जाता है, और जो सराउंडिंग में जो भी वाटर कंटेंट है, मिनरल कंटेंट है, वो थ्रू द xylem प्लांट एब्सॉर्ब करता है. सो दिस इज ऑल्सो हेल्पफुल in the osmotic potential. So for understanding of the better concept about water potential, you have seen this video. So this water potential, that is the, it is the relation between plants and water. So here in the water potential, there is a very important, that is solute potential as well as pressure potential. So here the water molecules they can created the kinetic energy which is called as the water potential. When the two systems containing the water are in contact and random movement of water molecules will result in the net movement of the water molecules. So the water will move from the system containing water at higher water concentration to the lower water concentration. And this movement of the substances is also called as the diffusion process. So this water potential denoted in the psi and it is expressed in the Pascal. So this water potential of pure water at standard temperature it is almost the zero. So all solutions having the lower potential than the water. So here the solute potential it is denoted by the psi s and it's always the negative. When the pressure is greater than the atmospheric pressure, it is applied to the pure water or the water potential increases. So here pressure can build up in plant system and they can entering or the diffusing the different particles. So this pressure always in positive and the plants having the negative potential. So due to this the xylem can absorb the water from the stems. So this water potential of cells is affected by both solute as well as pressure potential. So relationship is psi W is equal to psi S and psi P. So here these due to this negative potential of the plant and outer potential will be positive, the pressure will be created and the water as well as the minerals will be absorbed by the plants. So here the water potential point will be over. The next question in your syllabus that is the right note on osmosis of water in relation to the plant. So what is osmosis? Osmosis that means the when the through this semi-permeable membrane the solvent or the solute they can passing through this semi-permeable membrane then which is called and then that is called as osmosis. So here the movement of solvent that is when if a solution and a pure solvent solution that means water and sugar and solvent that means only the water. So here these are separated by the semi permeable membrane then solvent diffuses into the solution. So this when diffusion will be takes place the through this semi permeable membrane the water will be moved around. So here osmosis is nothing but the movement of solvent that means water from solution to the semi permeable membrane and that which is called as osmosis. So here the movement of solutes will take place with the help of semi permeable membrane. You can see in this picture um, first one is there is the water molecules in that sugar molecules will be added and at the second picture you have seen after the osmosis these water molecules or the sugar molecules that will be dissolved in the water and through this semi permeable membrane they will be moved or transported. So let's see detailed about the osmotic pressure. So its definition is this osmotic pressure is a result of the separation of solution from its solvent by the semi-permeable membrane. तो यहाँ पे हम through the semi-permeable membrane these solutions will be separate out. Or the osmotic pressure is nothing but the separation of two solutions of different concentrations by the semi-permeable membrane. Uh, a pressure is developed in solution due to presence of dissolved solutes in it. This is called as osmotic pressure. So, due to the dissolved solutes in the solution, the concentrations, the two solutions, the concentration of the solution, two different types of solution, they will be developed and they will be सेपरेट आउट ड्यू टू दिस ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर. ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर की वजह से जो डिफरेंट कॉन्सेंट्रेशन के जो भी सॉल्यूशंस है वो हम सेपरेट कर सकते हैं. सो व्हाट इज द यूनिट ऑफ दिस ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर? सो हियर the atmosphere is the unit of osmotic pressure. So here proportionality, when the osmotic pressure is directly proportional to the concentration of the dissolved solution solutes in the solution. So more concentration solution has lower osmotic pressure. जैसे ही सॉल्यूशन का जो कंसंट्रेशन है, सॉल्यूशन का कंसंट्रेशन यदि हम बढ़ाएंगे तो ऑटोमेटिकली जो ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर है, दिस ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर्स विल बी lowered. So these osmotic pressures and the concentration of solutions are directly related. So when the osmotic pressure is higher than the pure solvent, so almost these osmotic pressures will be higher in the जो pure solvent system है, in that pure solvent system these pressures will be higher. When we decrease in the concentration, automatically the osmotic pressures will also be जो डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल है. यदि हम कंसंट्रेशन बढ़ाते हैं तो ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर भी बढ़ जाता है. यदि हम कंसंट्रेशन कम कर रहे हैं तो ऑटोमेटिकली जो ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर है, ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर भी वहाँ का कम होते जाएगा. तो ऑटोमेटिकली जो प्योर सॉल्वेंट सिस्टम रहेगी उसका जो ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर है वो ज्यादा रहेगा, जिसमें जो यदि तो जो प्योरिटी है, प्योरिटी की वजह यदि 100% प्योर यदि हम कोई भी सॉल्यूशन यूज करते हैं, केमिकल यूज करते हैं, तो उसमें ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर वो भी ज्यादा ही रहेगा. देन let's watch this video about the osmotic pressures so you can got an idea. So these are the seeds and these seeds will be took out in the pot. So when the swelling of seeds will happening, the actually the osmosis will be takes place. So when water from the surrounding medium entered the cells resin, helping them to form. So osmosis, that means process in which water moves from higher water concentration to lower water concentration through a semi-permeable membrane. So this osmosis affected due to these solutes which are present in the solutions. So just do one experiment. In that you have take the three different plates. Here these are the three different types of cells. In that first plate the cells will be shrink out. In second there is the as it is, and in the third stage the cells will be swollen out. So what's happening in the first plate? So in first plate there is the around surrounding this water concentration. This these water molecules they can move inside the cells, and here the जो भी सेल्स के अंदर जो भी वाटर था वो वाटर क्या हुआ बाहर निकल के आया तो यहाँ पे क्या होता है सॉल्यूशन हायर सॉल्ट कंसंट्रेशन आपको यहाँ पे नजर आएगा दैट इज द हाइपोटोनिक सॉल्यूशन देन इन सेकंड एग्जांपल्स क्या हो रहा है जो सेल से हमें एज इट इज नजर आए सो हियर there is the water and salt solution they will be balanced so here then जो वाटर मूवमेंट है बाहर की और जो सेल के अंदर की वो यहाँ पे सेम हो रही है दैट्स व्हाई दे आर नॉट अफेक्टेड ऑन द सेल्स so here this type of solution is called as isotonic solution so here concentration of the water is same either outside and inner side of the cells then in case of third plate in third plate what's happening there is the higher water concentration so here water molecules will be moved into the cells and cells will be swelling out so here this type of solution is called as hypotonic solution so here there is a different solution and due to the different solution the different conditions will be present so in plant cells what's happening these plasma membrane they can do the work of osmosis so what are the significance of osmosis so first significance that is the absorptions of water by roots so when the large quantity of water is absorbed by the roots from the soil. This process it is also the osmosis. Then this is also helpful for the movement of water. So there is the water will be transported from one cell to the another cell. So at that time this movement of water which is also takes place due to the osmosis process. Then third significance is the stomatal movement. So when stomata will open and close, this opening and closing will be depending on the turgor pressures of the guard cells. गार्ड सेल्स यदि स्वेल्स हो जाते हैं तब वो जो भी स्टोमाटा है क्लोज हो जाता है जैसे वो श्रिंक होते हैं वो स्टोमाटा ओपन हो जाता है so these stomata movement are also due to these turgor pressures of the guard cells then the shape of the cells so these osmosis they will be maintaining the turgidity of the cells and this turgidity ultimately helping to maintaining the shape of the cells then next one is about resistance of the drought so in drought conditions what's happening जो भी plants के अंदर जो water condition है this water condition will be lowered वहाँ पे हो जाती है तो at that time this resistance of this plant they will be increases due to this osmotic pressures of the cell cells वो आपका जो pressure है osmotic pressure की वजह से जो drought resistance capacity है this drought resistance capacity will be increased then these osmotic pressures are also helping in the seedling stage so when we seeds will be germinated from to form the seedlings at that time these osmotic pressures or turgor pressures will increases under the seeds and they can resist out the seedlings from the soil so here these are some important significance of the osmosis that means absorptions of water by the roots. Yeah, movement of water in cell to cell. Then stomatal movement. Then this osmosis also helpful in maintaining the shapes of the cells. Then in case of the drought conditions or resistance to the drought, these are also created the pressure. Then in case of the seed germination, these osmotic pressure created the or increases the osmotic pressure as well as the turgor pressure. So seeds will form the seedlings. So here the osmosis is here. Osmosis is nothing but the movement of the there is the transportations of the solution uh, from or through the semi-permeable membrane. So here the movement of water will takes place through the semi-permeable membrane, that is the osmosis. So here your first and that is the water potential and the properties and that is the osmosis, which is the one of the most important properties of the water we have discussed in today's lecture. Then the next lecture we have discussed about the transpiration. So here I can stop this osmosis.